So, with that being said, how about one of you please go ahead and give me a recap of what you remember from last session? It was a bit of a long fight. Things happened. Things didn't really happen that I should have did because I was not feeling that great, but we'll go ahead and do some of that stuff today. So with that being said, how about one of you go ahead and tell me what you remember from last game?
We started at Oleg's, and we started basically with a shopping session first, and then some discussions about what to do, and that evolved into hammering out a plan about what to do. So a plan was made about um, faking the appearance of the attackers on Oleg's trading post of um, like going back and saying, "Oh, we did it. We got Oleg's trading post back onto our control slash extortion." And we wanted to kind of, what was it? Fake a sort of herbal liquor, at least from smell, and use that as a sort of honeypot to administer some um, knockout herbs in order to make them sleepy. Yeah, and I think like after some after a night at Oleg's, we went down. Some other points, like there were some other things that happened, and I don't hoard it all for just this part. What else happened? We we talked with Svetlana about how to maybe getting some getting some sort of moon radish trade with kobolds going. Talked about how the kobolds are
We,
dealt with, in a sense,
we
pacified,
got
especially.
Jod to start growing moon radishes, or attempt to, so that Svetlana would not have to compete with the kobolds.
And yeah, also Vanya got a book
That was about to say,
from
Vanya
Harem,
got
right?
in close with Harem. Fierce person to accomplish that.
Um, he lent her his Grotus religious book, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, we went out the next day and traveled over a few days to where we thought the Stag Lord's fort might be from the descriptions we've had. And we kind of nailed the direction, I think.
More or
We
less.
got there. We got there. And what happened next?
We immediately noticed that the fort was surrounded by a graveyard, which was not watched as well as the actual path that led up to the fort. Given our disguises, however, we decided to stick to the plan and approach the fort from the front.
And the fort was like fortified by sharp, big wooden stakes against like
Wind
on a wall.
stakes lined with spikes on it,
Yeah.
looking very imposing.
Some bodies were skewered on those stakes.
We had to give the passcode to get through.
Which we of course remembered.
Totally. By the bones of Saint Gilmore.
Yeah.
By the bloody bones of St. Gilmore, who wants to know?
Who wants to know exactly?
Mm-hmm.
And
Got in there.
yeah, got
Still
in there.
Alcohol.
We met 3 of the lieutenants first. One was a guy from Nizrock, a sort of fencer. One was a huge brute called Ox, and one was a silver-haired fox, older man who looked kind of maybe sort of like a mercenary, or someone who's been fighting for longer.
George giving away his tastes.
And
Can't blame him.
he did look like on the he looked really handsome. And
I agree.
yeah, right, it's like this is not opinion, this is fact.
I think his name was like Art, something with A, like Art. Oh, no.
Akiros.
Yeah, exactly.
He is the
And-
only one whose name I'm going to remember because he's the one who survived.
Yeah.
And he's a silver fox.
Spoiler. No.
Those 3 in particular. Well, the fencer and the Kuros seemed the most suspicious of us. Akiros, I don't know, maybe has something else going on with him, but he was cautious but not aggressive. The fencer, however, was the one who was most outwardly suspicious. And, well, the Ox was just interested in the alcohol. He didn't give a fuck.
He was.
He also was not good at tasting alcohol. He was immediately swayed by that. The fencer and the curious were not as easily convinced, however, and they demanded someone stay back. In addition, the Stag Lord himself did show up and was not quickly swayed by alcohol alone.
He wanted a tribute or some sort of gift.
He took the tribute.
Gift sounds too nice. Yeah, he wanted a tribute.
He took tribute in the form of Larust.
Yep.
Who Raphael carried as a cover of a sort.
All right.
And then he went back out of view. The fencer demanded someone stay back to pay for and be punished for the false alcohol, and Vanya took that up.
They were, though, not really aware that the alcohol, it was just weird for them. So the ruse didn't
They just didn't
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it was just bad, they thought, like bad alcohol.
Still drank it.
Yeah.
They were about to beat Vanya down, potentially do some lasting harm, but Acuros stayed their hand. Vanya was ushered out by him. At which point we were trying to think of how to best approach it. Gilly, J-Fall, Amiri, and Lindsay approached the graveyard as the Stag Lord. Yes, the Stag Lord's bandits implied that the graveyards could provide a show of a sort, meaning undead. And they went all in on that distraction. Raphael being made invisible by Vanya snuck in first. Vanya and Ravit went in later on. Orifio recovered Lorast's body from the Stag Lord and started to burn the doorways in between before sending out a flare, signaling to the others that things were about to get ugly. Just as several bandits were succumbing to the sleeping drought.
The debilitating effects of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Upon seeing the flare, Gilly immediately rushed off.
And with multiple
Vanya,
feats of critical successes.
True. Vanya and Ravit were engaged in combat within instants. And what proceeded is us taking on each of the 3 lieutenants and the Stag Lord coming out shortly after to attempt to end us. A hefty battle ensued.
Yeah.
Go.
A very I found it was like a very sort of it went deeper and deeper into the fort each round. Like at first we had really the outer shell of the lieutenants, then we had Akiros, and then we had and then the Stag Lord joined at some point because he was in some sort of, I don't know if drunken, but at least he was in a stupor. And
one thing that is worthy of note is the way that they came off earlier on, in some forms foreshadowed how they were in combat. The Ox, easiest to sway, was the first to go down. The Fencer, although suspicious, seemed to be a not of higher authority, and he was the second to go down, I believe, whilst fighting Vanya. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
The Fencer versus the Fencer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
I remember that scene very distinctly, at the very least. Akiros took the most punishment. He
And
was
he
the most
dealt
skilled
out
fighter.
the most punishment.
True.
Yeah.
Previously, we saw him as the one with the highest authority of the 3 lieutenants, and he, in physical prowess, he certainly proved his weight.
And then after a
It
long
wasn't
time,
until we got him on
Yeah.
his knees that he was ready to forsake the Stag Lord and prioritize his own life. The Stag Lord did not take kindly to that. Shot him in the back.
shot the one guy who really gave his all to defend it, who was still standing to the last second of his life. Shot
But
him
apparently,
dead.
if you're not willing to die for the cause, you're not good enough for the Stag Lord. Orifio healed everyone in the area, Ravit, Vanya, Gilly, and Akiros, bringing him back up, at which point he pulled a turncoat, shot the Stag Lord back. Helped sway the tides of battle.
Yeah. We were able to put him in sort of a bind, as the Stag Lord was a very good archer, but engaging him in
He
melee,
he was powerful both as an archer and as a swordsman. However, he did not have the reach that Gilly could cover.
and Gilly was able to put him on his knees 2 times with
Quite literally.
with the yeah, exactly.
Brought him down to your level.
That's Gilly's fighting tactic. Yep, if you can't if you can't fight them eye to eye, bring them down to eye level.
The finishing blow was dealt by Ravit, who ignited his arrow and shot it with deadly precision, piercing through one of the Stag Lord's eyes, and upon doing so, Stag Lord's head combust from the inside.
And he fell to the ground dead. We will pick up there. Around you, you have the dead bodies of several of the individuals following the Stag Lord. Now, your plan, for the most part, did relatively work, as a lot of the individuals, the bandits here, did drink from that cask that was to set everyone asleep. And most of the bandits did fall asleep. Even the Stag Lord himself was able to succumb to whatever he was doing before he woke up in the attack. Some of them were not affected, though, where the fight ensued. And now, around you, after the fight has been had, after the Stag Lord has been killed, you have Akiros standing next to you. You have several individuals that are still alive, but they're unconscious right now. The other two that did look very, very different from the typical bandits, the one that was kind of talked to by Akiros, named as Dovin and Ox, they lie dead at your feet. You hear off in the distance, roar, roar, roar. And, well, the question is, to all of you, after coming to the Stolen Lands by order of Jamandi Aldori to go ahead and remove the threat, the plight upon the region known as a Stag Lord, to free this region of their banditry, right now, after that deed has been done, but before we tell anyone, obviously we're still here, this fight did just happen, what do you want to do?
These are like the seconds after the Stag Lord drops dead, and I think like everyone is just breathing heavily, and like these moments of silence after this are heavy on everyone. And Gilly will go to like still be in a defensive stance and is looking around and looking at what the others do and vigilant.
Will we go with redemption? The others? Like we've done before?
We
Erethiel approaches Accurus. The name Sneak came up earlier.
Yeah, he's one of the bandits that joined us recently.
We have a bounty on him.
By all means, like point him out. He's got a bit of a crippled hand. Last I had known, he was probably keeping watch on the second floor here.
Show me to.
He takes a deep breath. He starts walking. And
Erethiel
eventually
follows.
he takes you to the second level of this fort, where you see one of the individuals that was watching you, that was actually watching the fight that was happening on the western side where the graveyard was. You see him and his other bandit is just laying on the ground, snoring peacefully, unconscious. And Akiros points. That's him.
I think just one thing. I think we all will take every weapon away from every bandit we see, especially Akiros first. Disarm them and then, yeah.
Raphael with one hand is just holding Larast's body, and with their free hand just goes to pick up the Fulgrim by the back of his collar, just drag him away.
As you're dragging him away, you see Akiros is kind of standing at the second level, watching just the landscape. And you watch as he goes into his clothing, he grabs the amulet of the Stag Lord and just rips it off and just hurls it over the wall into the landscape. You see it just kind of disappear. You hear him potentially, you see movement. Did you maybe look back, see if he's going to follow you or whatnot, or what he might do, if anyone's there? If anyone went to the second floor as well, go ahead and open roll. Give me a perception roll.
I think Gilly is downstairs.
Okay.
Vanya, would you be same?
I would be down the stairs.
Okay, maybe Gilly is.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
Though, could I say this is more like maybe sounds would pick me up more so than any visual information?
Roll it. You overhear him whisper a bit under his breath, but it does carry to you, Raphael. He just goes, always bad decisions. Another bad decision. Then
Raphael
follows you.
pauses. Raphael pauses for a moment.
He stops.
My phone fucking buzzed. Ignore that. Yeet. I hope you realize it won't be easy from here.
I know what's gonna happen. I know what I did,
We'll put in
what I've done.
weird to avoid an execution, but don't expect any freedom. And then Raphael will just continue. Would the second floor be this area to the south?
No, this is just a little bit of a higher-esque area, but not second floor. The second
No,
floor.
I'm just looking at the little map. Was all.
Here, I'll do this. You go ahead and show something. It's actually just over, essentially this area right here. You can see right here are the walkways. Stairs right
Okay.
here is what
Okay.
goes to the second
Yeah.
level.
Got it.
So you're probably climb down these stairs right here.
Okay.
So it'd be over here.
Just, yep. Just gonna drag, just gonna drag Fulgrim along. No, not even slightly gentle about it. Just letting his back hit the stairs as I drag him.
And I think while that is happening, Gilly and Vanya would probably be taking everyone else basically prisoner, like all the other sleeping ones. Disarm them and tie their hands and talk with with Jathel, with Amiri, with Lindsay.
The concoction that was made by Jod is very, very potent, and they are just soundly asleep. Jathel, oh, this is rather easy. As she does get manacles that the bandits have, and she does manacle all the prisoners. You got 7 prisoners, not including Akiros. 8 total.
Is that counting Fulgrim?
Yes. So altogether, you have 8 bodies, or 8 prisoners.
Upon reaching the others, Arifiel would just call out to... Oh. To everyone. Here's Fulgrim.
He's just...
Make sure Keston gets this one, at the very least. Do with the rest what you will, and Arifiel just gonna toss Fulgrim toward the others.
On the pile.
Mm-hmm. Where's the sound coming from, by the way, Paul? That growling sound.
It is coming from on this map. So essentially, the map from last game is different from here. So we're just going to make it to where this map is actually the legitimate one right now because it just looks much better. It's coming from the south.
South.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
I see a horse skeleton.
So do I.
Huh?
I'm gonna proceed to ignore that. After chucking Fulgrim toward the pile, Arifiel will walk toward the Stag Lord and pick up his corpse in a similar manner to Fulgrim.
Okay.
I think you can see that Gilly is is always looking over to what Arifiel does, just to be sure that we'll kind of leave Arifiel to do their thing.
Urfiel, when you get to the body, and by the way, everyone, you can loot the bodies right now. So I don't think we did that last game. We just looked at the stuff. If you want to drag to the party donkey. As you look at the the Stag Lord, Urfiel, you see that he does wear this giant helm. And you do recall the stories by the other bandits that the Stag Lord, for whatever reason, never removed the helm. You see, that actually is his face. It is his actual full-on body. But as you're now very, very close to a unmoving, because he's dead, you see that amongst his lower face that you can see that's visible underneath the helm, his upper torso, he is bare-chested, doesn't have a shirt on pretty much. You see definite, deep, horrid scarring. Go ahead if you want to, Urfiel. Give me a crafting or a healing or medicine roll if you have it.
That's a redundant question. Of course I have medicine.
Dang it! I'm going crazy connection again.
Oh,
I am giving that.
Exactly.
Okay, I was wondering if that was my end. That might be on my end.
it's kind of also on
That's on
my
my end. That's on my end.
No, it's everyone. Because all of you in other countries
it's
have
everyone.
issues. Even though my yeah. Which it's unusual
my
because
God.
my stream shows it's good quality connection, so I think it's all of you in the other countries.
My MS right now is horrible. Oh my god. I've seen it so high.
Oh, this is really bad.
I'm gonna see if I can.
You know what? I'm gonna try
reconnect.
Discord. I'm gonna try to change the location of the group.
All right.
Oh.
Because it does show that everyone came back right
It's-
now, but it does show
it's
on
getting
my
better.
stream that everything's actually really good. But all of you obviously are not.
Okay.
So I'm good. You're not. I'm gonna go ahead and change.
It got better. I'm now on 140 ms. I was on 500 for a minute there.
So I think it's one of the servers.
Okay.
We're going to change the server real quickly. Let's see. Server, we're going to go from automatic to... what would be a good one? All of you are another damn country. Let's try...
Atlantis.
Sure, let's try Atlantis.
Aslan.
We'll try this. We'll see what happens here.
Wait, I've never seen that happen before.
How's everyone's connection right now? Does it seem okay? All right?
Seems
Seems good.
fine.
Look.
Crystal clear.
Oh my god, so much better.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I went to Rotterdam.
16.
Mm,
That was way better. Right.
Now mine's 1.4.
Medicine check you wanted, right?
Medicine or crafting? Well, also, everyone,
Is
Go
this
to-
a hidden roll?
no. Go to your macro folder and go ahead and find the basic actions macro. So you can now see where everyone is good at in this game.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
mm.
Oh.
I'm curious now.
Oh my.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Oh, I see why.
Ooh. Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh,
Very interesting.
How's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the two skills I'm good at. Like there are more, but like
I've got a handful.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
For me, it's 13.
Oh, are
18.
we actually counting? I
Yes,
thought
now
were
we
gonna
are.
keep harsh,
Yeah,
harsh.
We really need to to compare.
Who's better?
All right.
16. Anyway,
That roll. All right, a refuel.
let's go. Come on.
Mm.
Not the best.
A refuel. You just know that he's just got a lot of very bad, terrible scars on the body.
I don't think Irivio is in a state of mind to give a flying fuck.
No.
Although I'm looking at his inventory. Is that flask of wine empty?
It is not. It is half full.
Okay. Irifio is just gonna dragging the Stag Lord's corpse along. Upon getting closer to the rest of the party, just gonna put him up against the wall quick. Just look at him, crouch down, grab the flask of wine, and just gonna go over to Gilly.
Okay.
Here, add this on his piercing. Just hands over the flask of wine.
Gilly will have a look at that flask if there is any sort of special thing about it.
Looks to be alcohol.
It's just
Smells
standard
like
wine.
alcohol. Figured it might catch your interest if anything else.
I didn't peg him for a wine drinker, but I think he was an anything drinker.
Likely.
I and Gilly also goes to everyone else. I'm a bit. I have to say I'm a bit surprised by the way that this. I thought we would find a beast of a man, someone strong and full of fire or something, but we just found an angry
A nameless
old
husk.
drunk.
He-
That's what we found.
He was at one point. But he drank himself into what he was now.
And Gilly nods to that. Yeah, that's why you need other people.
Any reason for the stag motif? You sound like you know a lot about him.
I don't know a lot about him. I just came here after making some questionable decisions in my life. Had to leave my hometown forever. On the run. Wanted. Figured if I might as well be on the run, join with individuals to strengthen, bolster myself. Found the Stag Lord. Became his second in command. At least until this prick here. And he kind of nudges the body with his boot to Dovin. Dovin realized how much the Stag Lord loved to drink, and so was purposely getting him more under the effects of alcohol than trying to remove me from my position.
How long have you been in these parts?
Too long.
Just want you to know that anything you can give us is maybe going to help us get this thing sorted out. All right.
Doesn't matter. I'm a dead man.
Peripheral takes a look around. How are Amiri, J-Fall, and Lindsay taking in the situation? Akira's in particular.
They
Like,
know.
just glancing around.
They know what to expect. You see, they're a little battle wounded from the multitude, and when you do have a bit of free time now, and you kind of look to where they were, where that initial deception, that distraction was caused by Gilly, you see over a dozen dead zombies in that graveyard that all came up from the graveyard, and you see Amiri, Lindsay herself, and even Jace will have a numerous, non-lethal, non-frightening damage right now, or wounds upon their body. You can see that Lindsay did probably have to use a bit of her magic healing. They're all covered in a bit of dried blood, or still a little bit moisturized blood from their own bodies from where they were injured fighting all these zombies. But these are unconscious, and none of them, besides possibly Jathal, would go by and just kill them all while they're asleep. But Jathal knows how you are, so does Amiri, so does Lindsay, and so yeah, they're fine just letting this proceed forward and taking them back. Damn it! The stream again is not working.
Yeah. I don't know about the others, but to me you sound kind of robotic right now, Paul.
Yeah, you all
me
were to
too.
me as well. We're gonna try another location.
Oh no.
Here we go.
We're jumping around.
Yeah, it feels like an MTG with like your planeswalker.
Let's try this and see what happens. It's even worse for me.
Yeah, it seems better for me too.
I'm in the green, but I am
My
firing.
my speed went up a little bit. We'll see how it is. If it does it again, we'll just keep on trying until we find something that works. But
Oh, no.
I'm blaming Discord right now.
Discord is to blame right now. Our usual was not working.
Okay, so I would like to go somewhere with Vanya and be like, really careful and sneaky, like to really
Now?
steps. And I want to go to the cage thing, like here, and just have a little peek, like not go in front of it, but like scooting over, and not being
Okay.
really
Move yourself over there, Vanya.
here.
As you do. Now, to account for why I wasn't seen last game, because someone did go inside that room, you see there are a numerous
Not
amount
quite.
of rubble in the area, broken pieces of bones, skeletons, a little bit of a a slow running, looks like kind of like a fountain almost. But you see in the corner is a large creature that you've encountered before.
No.
And you see that
Oh.
it's currently in chains right now, inside there, on the ground, just kind of looking. Not at you, but just in your kind of general direction. And it just... And you see that its beak has been bloodied. You see upon its body are numerous amounts of scarring and just matted fur from where blood dried.
Bonnie, what do you...
Are there some wounds that I might like? Did you say it might be the owl there that we've met? Like, are there wounds that I can recognize that we might have inflicted, like old wounds?
It is not that one.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. I will. I think for now I will just slowly return to the others and tell them the owl there and about the wounds. They seem to catch. They seem to catch an owl bear. It's right there. Hey.
Owl bear. A whole owl bear. Okay.
Like heroes? What have you used the owl bear for?
Honestly, all of us hated the damn thing, but the Stag Lord seemed to like it. Just call the thing Beaky. Keep it fed by throwing pieces of elk and meat through the bars so it feeds. But I don't know, the Stag Lord wanted the thing kept.
And what should we do with it? There's already one owlbear running free around here.
You say that as though it's a problem.
Maybe they're friends. Maybe they are even lovers. We shouldn't keep them apart.
I don't know. I think taking down a whole horse is just roaming around is kind of dangerous, and I wouldn't wish it on any traveler in these parts. It's not a problem for you, or I feel.
Did we do a recall knowledge on the owlbear before? Remind me, Paul.
You did.
We did.
They're not evil creatures, they're just... It's an unfortunate experiment from a wizard that did combine an owl and a bear, but it's more bear and owl than any type of monstrous beast. It's just a little more of an aggressive bear.
They're about as dangerous as a bear. If there's multiple running around, then they're part of the ecosystem. Simple as that. Potentially even territorial, like a bear.
I will bow down to your knowledge of that, but from where I'm from, we often, when bears came too close to our settlements, we hunted them. But this is an innocent beast, I assume, because the Stag Lord always chose the innocent ones. Anyway, I'll have a look around further. Let's see if there's anything, or what do you want to do?
Gilly.
Yeah?
You see Miri kind of come up. I take it all these people you're going to take back to Oleg's?
Yeah? Sure. Maybe ask them the question before, if they want to live, or if they want to be executed.
Apologies. Actually,
Yeah.
I think that is a good point because uh, how will we transport that many people and how will we imprison them? Like, there's so many of them.
We
It's gonna slow you down walking these. I think me and Jathal, maybe Lindsay will start walking back to Old Eggs right now.
We have a cart that was previously full of fake alcohol. Load them up on that. Keep them all tied up.
I'm not pulling a cart. They're not gonna be able to pull it as well. You see how their bodies are. They are barely even fed. Now they'll walk.
bound and
Take at the very least, take that one back. A refuel points to Fulgrim Sneak.
Okay.
Keston wants that one.
oh, that's right.
I'll put him at the front
At
of the
the very
line
least.
then. As he starts to
As for
pull a rope in between each individual bandit together, it has Fulgrim Sneed at the lead.
this one here, he's a turncoat. That said, turncoat or not, he was a high-ranking individual. So
I think
the refuel
we
just
should-
looks back to Acuros. You'll either be put to the sword or you'll be put in chains. There's not going to be any different options for you, I'm afraid. Not presently.
we should bind him too. We've been very genteel with him so far, and I think we can make this civil. And Gilly will, if he does not resist, also bind him and tell him to get a bit down because she cannot do that easily.
He won't get down, but he won't resist.
Okay, yeah, Gilly's going to kick his knees like from behind in. Okay. If he's not going to get down, then going
You
to
do
be
that.
to be a
He'll
bit
get to the
rough.
ground.
Yeah. Okay. It's good that that you've been so cooperative so far, and thank you for seeing something right at least. It was a very blood-filled day today.
Raphael is just going to walk back to the Stag Lord's corpse and start looking through whatever else was on his body.
Didn't do it for you. He stands up, and Mary kind of grabs him. Come on. And eventually, she starts to roughly wake up the other prisoners, all kind of, what's going on? Let me free you, wench! And just a bunch of explicitives. She easily just slaps them to have them to kind of shut up. And eventually, she and Jathal start to take them back to...
Amiri, Jafel, if they try to fight back, you know what to do.
Oh, I know.
Gilly nods. Like, if they do not show any sort of like redemption or remorse, it is our duty to kill them. In that regard, Gilly is going to be very specific.
You see Lindsay kind of look at Jathal and Mary, look at all of you. Not quite sure which group she should follow.
I think it should be important to have a look around here, Lindsay, to see what happened here. Maybe
That might be true, but there's a lot of prisoners here, and even though Mary and Jathal are very more than capable, it's actually thinking about it. You have a full. There's several of you, and only. I think it might be better if I go with Jathal and Mary back to the Olegs. And then once we all get back, I can travel with you again. just in case something happens with these bandits.
Yeah, that's
Worst
right.
case scenario, Amiri and Jayfall are both capable fighters. However, Jayfall is tougher to patch up. It would be best if either myself or you accompany them.
And it's settled then. I'll accompany them. I'll see you back at Oleg's.
Be careful with them. Do not trust them at all.
Oh,
Not even a little bit.
no, I don't. You
Okay, if I
see,
transfer over the Stag Lord's inventory to the Party Donkey?
if you want to. You see Amiri and Jathal. See you back at Oleg's. Good hunting. And she goes, move! And starts to drag all of the people. Slowly, they start to walk in on their own accord as she has to kind of roughly remind them to move a little bit faster. And Amiri at the front, Jizzle at the back, Lindsay also at the back. And you watch as they start marching back towards Oleg's.
It's all in the Party Donkey so we can quickly reference it if need.
When you remove the Stag Lord's helmet from his body,
Yep.
you see that his face, as mentioned, is very, very heavily scarred. More so than his upper torso. Now, anyone that's around him can give me an open medicine or a crafting roll if they want.
Is that... I've already rolled. Correct?
You can roll again now
That's
that
the-
you have a
that's the
full
roll
visual
for me.
view.
Okay.
This did change the
If you say
circumstances.
so.
I did
Is
say
there a circumstance penalty for trying again?
No.
No?
The circumstances
If
change,
I'm
so I'll allow you to
untrained-
roll again.
Okay.
What, Olivia?
If I'm untrained,
If you're untrained,
can I-
you can't.
can I-
Actually, I should say you can't roll if you're untrained.
I can.
That's medicine or
You can't.
crafting.
George, you're muted.
You have to be trained for this. As it is, Urfil got the roll, so it's fine. Urfil,
Oh,
you can tell by the wounds, maybe because you're not really thinking about it because of what you're going through right now, but just kind of seeing the way his body is, he has been succumbed to what looks like very, very potent acid. That's where all the scarring comes from. And you can tell by the age time, this was something that happened a long, long time ago.
Okay. Can I also do a recall knowledge nature for that lock of hair that he had on him? As I picked that out as well.
That doesn't really mean anything to you.
Okay.
Can I do a society check on that?
You're not going to get anything from it.
All right.
I'm just wondering what kind of hair it is, personally. My first instinct is to think gnome, but... I don't know if gnome hair keeps its coloration after it's cut off, considering it's like tied to their personal mindset and everything. But that's the only
No.
oddly colored hair that I can think of.
1 second.
And so I'm like, recall knowledge nature, maybe? It's like, is that gnomish hair? Well, no, pretty much.
Or society, probably. But like for the Fey aspect, it's nature, right? Yeah.
So, real quickly, just in case I'm missing something here.
Like, I don't expect to get specifics to this, but like, well, like what it is, if you get what I mean.
And aside, like I think Gilly is going to take out your elixir of life or reveal and hand it to you, looking at how you are probably looking currently. it patched me up before. I think you look like you need it.
Probably would be for the best. I did go down back then. Thank you again, Vanya. I think you were the closest to me at the time, so I assume. Thank you, Gilly. Raphael says, just taking the elixir.
And Gilly maybe like stops Orifil's hand, like holds it. Are you okay? I see. Lorust is dead.
In an act of avoiding eye contact, Raphael just closes their eyes, grasps the elixir of life, and like quickly takes their hand away before turning around,
Oh, okay, sorry.
going back to the Stag Lord's corpse.
You can like see how Gilly just like her stature just goes down a bit. Like she seems even smaller than usual.
I'm gonna roll that.
This was
Give
a
me
very
that
potent
health.
potion.
Nice.
Apparently.
Why does it say Larust is already at full health?
No,
That's kind of ironic. Following that, Raphael is again gonna just grab the Stag Lord's corpse. Now with his armor removed, just gonna pull him by the hair and just gonna take him over to the horse and just load him on to the back of it.
Vanya walks over to Gilly and Miss Gilly, I was wondering what we should do with the owl bear. I'd rather not leave it here on its own. If you don't want it to be alive, I think we should kill it now to save it from misery.
I think Orifia has more knowledge in these things, but we should give it something to eat. And
I would rather not burden Orifia even more with this. Possible.
I mean, I think we will return here at some point, but I don't want the owlbear to just starve. This is a cruel way to treat anyone and anything. And Gilly looks over to the two corpses that are there. And there's like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to give it any foul meat, but maybe we should first have a look at the whole fort, and maybe we can throw some of the provisions into the cage before leaving here.
You want them to stay here until we return?
The owlbear?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe we should? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if we should keep it in here. I think it's either putting it out or free them.
Okay. Yeah, we should. You're right, we should probably free them. It's what.
How do we free a creature like this without getting attacked?
Maybe clear the way and don't stand in the way.
Well, this sounds like an awful idea. Like anything about it sounds awful, actually. Oh man, I just...
Paul.
I would rather just ask a refill, but again, I'm not sure if they can take it right now.
Is Orifiel like turned away from us? And
I think so. I think a refuel would be by the horse, and
yeah,
I assume at least Vanya is keeping like a low, hushed voice, so I don't think a refuel would hear.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Gilly, I think the best we can do for refuel is just do this on our own and open the gate for.
Later, we need to clear the path and get Orifiel out of the way first, and then see, and then also let's let the others be free so they are not like attacked by a hungry owlbear. Maybe first feed it and then let it out.
That's a marvelous idea.
Thank you for thinking this through. I wouldn't have thought that today we would have to think about an owlbear, but here we are. Let's maybe have a look around, see if there's anything else, and maybe we can use some of the provisions to feed the owlbear that they have in the fort. They probably must have some food stocked.
As you start to move around the fort a bit, as you actually move around, looking into the owlbear pen, you actually notice that in the middle of the owlbear pen is what looks like a hidden trapdoor. Not large enough for the owlbear to move in through, but there is a trapdoor there that goes into the ground.
Oh, okay. Noted. Mm-hmm.
You see
So,
over the
this-
fire, right here, is what looks like a roasting boar. And now that the fight has been over, it looks like it was in the midst of being cooked when you all did come here. And you can see that there's a bit of ash and other remains along the logs on the ground. But you do see an actual currently starting to slightly, well, definitely burn, I should say, a roasting wild pig.
Something that just popped into mind. Don't know if it's worthy of note, though, Paul, but the owlbear would have been within the 30-foot emanation field as well.
Okay.
Would have felt better.
Yeah.
Would have been like any small.
Maybe that's why it came. Maybe it was just unconscious or was just asleep, and then it came to when you did your spell.
Just worthy of note.
Yeah, like this is yeah.
Wait. You like to feed it, or do you want me to?
I think this is a two-person job. Let's slice some stuff off and feed it to the owlbear. And this is what Gilly is going to do. Take sort of like maybe a cleaver or anything out, like a long knife, and start like taking strips of meat off and putting it on the bench near there so we can like throw it in the cage to the owlbear.
You see, Rabbit is here taking care of Nova. Nova being very severely injured. Raphael, and all you do see Raphael for definitely is going through something right now, understandably with what happened to Larast. But you do see that Raphael's walking around openly injured. Did consume the healing potion, but they are still badly injured.
We all know that and see that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You can see the open wound, the bleeding, possibly still slight drips of blood on the ground.
um,
Or if you're maybe like, or if you're coming back to you guys as you're like discussing what to do with the owlbear and like as Paul described. Anything else to do here?
hi, Raphael. It's just really great that you're here with us because she takes Vanya takes a potion out of the party donkey, and that's a healing potion. Because there's one more task I wish you to do. Drink that, please.
Raphael just skews their eyebrows, trying to make sense of your comment, and takes the potion. Okay. Which potion is it?
It's the lesser healing potion in the party donkey. There's 4 of them.
There are 4 of them. One of them was with the stag lord, I think. Or 2, I think. Lesser you're giving me. Not mine, lesser.
You have still an elixir of life in there.
I think I gave everyone 2 elixirs each.
Oh yeah.
I think I used one, yeah.
Yeah, I also have only 1 left.
I'll drink that lesser though. There you go.
Not bad.
There you go. Happy? Or if you just drinks it, but doesn't act any different. Okay. Drink it. Now, what do you need from me? Obviously, you intend to put me in some degree of danger, as you've given me the potion. So what will it be?
Again, I couldn't hear it.
Obviously, you intend to put me in some degree of danger, given the potion. So what will it be?
There's no danger at all, and nothing for you to worry about. We're just doing some little side thing, me and Gilly, and I just don't want you to be hurt.
Gilly is slicing up the boar and is not looking at Orifia. Just quietly, like taking each like.
Just like speaking to Vanya, like, or if you're facing that direction anyway, like, sees Gilly in the background and just gestures to Gilly. And puts the potion flask away. You're preparing food here now?
Kind of. I'm sorry, I'm really not good at this. But my partner used to say, happy mind is a full stomach. So thought about preparing some food.
It's for the owl bear. Gilly just screams in.
Owl bear. Right.
And then just looks away, starts slicing.
Intent on releasing it?
Yes, we are. But we will take care of it.
I can keep it calm. Or try to.
Are you in that state of mind, Raphael, to do that?
Raphael's state of mind would be a very unfeeling one right now.
Okay.
Only with the knowledge that they intend to release it does Raphael offer up the possibility of helping. Otherwise, though, there was no initiative from Raphael. In other words, Raphael is purely reactive right now.
All right.
Once Raphael offered their help, I just turn around to Gilly and just pleading, like, help me, please. What should we do?
Does she say what should we do, or is she
No,
like?
it's just the face is kind of like. What should
Yeah,
we do?
Gilly is a bit like just slicing along, and then maybe at some point like catches a glimpse of Vanya's face and looks at Vanya. Vanya, are you all right? Are you feeling fine?
Raphael, could you? Vanya just sits down at the fireplace. Like, could you sit for a moment, please?
Raphael just lets out a sigh and goes to sit.
Oh man, this talk is always very hard. But there's a huge elephant in the room. I know that's a good thing to say. It's just after once she really stumbles, like she's thinking about how to start this. That can be a new start.
Is the bowl ready?
And Gilly like wipes her glove like on a piece of cloth and like in sympathy at least holds a hand to Vanya's shoulder and then goes to Riffy and says, "Yeah, I think I stripped it as far." Looks at Vanya, is like, who's up a hand. Yeah, you want to feed the owlbear? You were very good with the owlbear last time.
Stroke of luck. See what happens now. It may be aggressive. I doubt it's had many positive interactions. Raphael's just gonna walk around, grab some of the boar meat, and go up to the cage.
It looks up, sees all of you. You see the collar around its neck, the chains. Ooh. Ooh. As it looks. And it kind of now gets up on its paws. Not as large as the one you encountered before, but still imposing, still dangerous.
First thing, Raphael will pass over some of the boar meat through the cage. Second thing, at ease. Urfil casts a spell targeting the owlbear.
Dang.
I'm gonna
That's
give you
nice.
a plus. What you're doing right now, I'm gonna make the DC on this because of you feeding it a DC of 22. So at this point, you see its kind of expression change a little bit, and it's just now on its paws. Ooh, 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 and it does move forward. And if you have your hand out with a bit of the meat, it does take it from your hand, starts to eat it, and you can tell it's not been fed that well. And it does consume it.
Is there a lock to this cage?
No. It's just barred.
Is the owlbear eating off of Urfil's hands?
Yes.
Okay. Just slowly, with the one hand, trying to look unaggressive, Urfil will slowly open the gate for it. Easy there. Just gonna walk around it.
Sorry, go.
You said it's chained up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that have a lock?
No. You just pull a pin.
Urfil still with Larast on hand, but clutching very tightly and keeping Larast away from the owlbear, just handing over the boar meat and just holding a hand in front of it, trying to motion for it to stay. Gonna walk around it, gonna go to the pin.
Okay. You pull the pin?
Slow movements. Yep.
You pull the pin. And it does become free. Looks at you. What do? Looks like it's eager for some more meat.
Should we take off the collar? Did we try to take off the collar?
Would you have done that, Urfil?
Urfil is doing everything one-handed effectively right now, and I think you need a bit more precision to take off the collar, so no.
Okay. You, Urfil, realize that more than a minute has passed.
Mm-hmm.
More than the extent of your wildling word spell. But it's still there, and letting you be around it with no form of aggression. Almost like it understands what you're trying to do right now.
I have an idea. Or if you're just gonna hold the hand that was feeding it out toward the owlbear, see what it does.
Just sniffs the hand.
Put it closer to the owlbear. It, like, if it makes contact, does it flinch or does it do anything?
No, not from you.
Is there any more food around?
Be right back. Everyone, just take a 10-minute break real quick.
Oh my god.
That's a cantrip. I can cast that as many times as I need.
That is so
That is
cool. I
a-
really love it.
It's the first time you get that from being a wild.
Yep, I was going to use it back on the tick ages back,
Mm,
Oh yeah.
but
Metmec
I got downed by the
Oh right.
yeah.
All right. Oh man, yeah.
That's why I was close in, because I knew I could defend against the tick specifically.
Apologies. Let's finish this up, then we'll take a break. This part.
Wait, so we do a break or not?
Let's finish this. Unless we're already doing it, let's finish this part with Albert, then we can do the break.
Okay.
And or if you're just having a little moment with the owlbear there, just asks, "Is there any more food around? Still hungry?"
I think like a whole boar has so much food, so there's probably isn't there nothing more on the bench?
There's definitely enough food to probably not feed the owlbear itself, because I mean it's a giant bear, but there's definitely some more meat still.
I think the moment Orifia says that, Vanya just sprungs up like as a reaction and just starts looking around for food instantly.
It's the boar. I mean, it's still gonna be on there.
It's just okay. Yeah, she think she would reactively just get some and give it to Orifia. If it's fine, what do you think?
Of course.
Might want to use the food to guide him out. Take the collar off as well.
Okay. Gilly's going to look
slow
around.
movements.
Is the collar affixed by a key or is it like
It's a pin.
forged on there? It's a pin. Okay,
Yeah.
so we would have to take it out. Okay.
So a pin was holding it like to the wall, and a pin on the collar as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, we'll say the chain against the wall is fully bolted in, but the chain that goes to the collar is all just by essentially a pin. You pull the pin, the entire thing comes off.
Okay. So it's still like loosely on him. It just
Yeah, you won't be able to
hasn't
go
made
until you remove that pin.
Yeah. No, because I said I was going to remove the pin before, right?
Or in this case,
Just would it be like loosely around him, and just
yeah.
he hasn't made enough like rough movements to like
Yeah.
for it to just
If you want
fall
to,
through?
you can probably, if you want to, you can guide it and move off his head.
Yeah, do that then.
Okay.
Try to help it to understand that it's free to go and not imprisoned anymore. Would that be a
Nature.
nature check? Is there a specific skill action or
Animal
just
handling, which I'm not sure if it is.
I don't think it's in the actions, in the
No.
basic actions.
I guess it could be command animal, but it is a nature check though.
that is command an animal, but that doesn't feel like quite what's going on.
But it is still based on nature.
I'll roll nature.
Okay. To you, it's very, very calm. And if you want to guide it out, you can, Raphael.
I will.
I think Gilly and Vanya are going to like get everything out of the way, like seeing as we cannot like directly help, but like get everything, get the horses out of the way, open the gate and everything. So Orifiel has.
Eventually, Raphael guides the owlbear.
Once we're out, Orifiel, once we're both out, Orifiel is just going to like, with the hand that they've been using, just going to gesture out to the open world.
Looks
Just
at
look
you
back at the owlbear.
for a little bit. And then it kind of just steps back by one leg, looks over its shoulder, looks back at you. Woo. Woo. And then it just turns and starts to slowly walk and then start to run. All of you inside the camp, the four can hear the footfalls before the owlbear is fully running. back into the wilderness.
Raphael just yells back out to the others. If you need anything else, I'll be waiting. Just gonna sit down by the horses. Or kneel down.
I think Gilly will go into the owlbear pit and then look at the trapdoor.
See the trapdoor.
Sees
There's no lock upon it, but it was fairly well disguised and put in a place where it's naturally defended with the owlbear there. You're able to uncover, and you see there's a latch to pull the trapdoor if you so want. Amongst the ground, you do see what looks like drag marks to the lip of the trapdoor, where it looks like heavy things were dragged into the trapdoor, into whatever's inside or underneath.
Gilly's intrigued and will open it.
When you open
Open.
the door, you smell a bit of mustiness, a bit of what smells like mold, and a bit of rotten food.
Is it dark in there?
Yes, no light at all.
Gilly will go to the embers, light a torch, and look down with a torch, holding it in there, trying to look past the light.
This could backfire.
Yeah.
In a very literal sense.
She's not going down there yet. He's just looking in there.
No, but you've let out methane.
So what you see is definitely
Oh, they were generating green energy in here. I understand.
Oh my god. I feel bad for the owlbear. It was like right above this, and it's got heightened senses, like smell specifically. It could smell all of this. Ooh. That has its own part of the map. I didn't
Gilly
expect
is
that.
big. I like that.
Really is big.
Yeah,
Some
I just
extra
realized
levels.
this place is actually not scaled to the full map, and so I need to make you all bigger on this part of the map.
Okay. Gilly looks at some stairs and calls over to Vanya and says, have a look at this. There's something down here.
Vanya goes inside. Oh,
You're tiny!
I'm so small and petite.
Oh my god.
Hello, tiny Raphael. Let me pick you up.
Oh,
Oh.
one day when we cast enlarge on Gilly, this will be.
It'll happen.
Hello. Pick you up.
I want to.
Yeah,
I
watch
think we
just
need
for
like
you.
a really high level enlarge on Gilly though to get Gilly large.
Huge. Is it
Yeah.
huge?
We need
Like,
to make Gilly huge.
Yeah.
Oh
We need
my
to make
God,
Gilly
yeah.
huge.
This is my
Really
goal. This
sounds
is Vanya's
yes.
goal now.
As an arcane spellcaster, it would probably be the easiest for you.
Yeah, level 6.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the primal list as well. Anyway. Again,
An occult.
I'm being
It
sidetracked.
is also an occult. Have I looked at it? Maybe. Am I obsessed with it? Maybe.
All right. Let's do our 10-minute
yeah.
break here now.
Okay.
Alright.
Such a tease.
Oh.
Okay, so enlarge is arcane and primal. I don't see occult on it.
Oh, I know. Oh, right. It's not a cult, but
Also, apologies, guys. For if, I'm playing a character that is currently very inactive. Sorry for being a
Oh.
pain in the ass.
Don't
earlier-
No,
be
you're playing the
a
character,
bitch.
by all means.
Yeah, I love
Really
that,
good.
and I wrote to Olivia before, like the way that Vanya is currently. She's like between an Orifiel place and Gilly. Like she's just stuck there. Like two people are like, no, I don't want to talk, and you have Vanya there.
Usually she isn't the one who's the most sane in the group, and I think it's refreshing.
I feel bad because I am interacting much less with the world than I would normally.
Oh, but I
But
think
And-
don't be. I think it's really interesting what you do.
If it's a character.
I feel like
next before that,
Yeah.
no one hasn't done it yet. But everyone, what's your back, Andrew? Go ahead and refresh your hero points to 1, and take a second hero point for the roleplay for this.
oh,
Wow.
And you will see on the character sheet, we now have the hero cards in use. So
ooh.
you should be able to draw 2 hero cards now.
Like, but you can
I have-
draw anytime and also use that like a hero point.
Yeah.
The drawn card. So there's no. Okay, I'll definitely.
This is
do
But
really
that.
hard
drawing
for me
the
because-
card takes
Oh,
the
no.
hero point. Correct?
No, playing the card takes
Nope.
a hero point.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Every time
drawing
you
the
get a
card
hero
takes...
point, you draw a card.
Oh.
And you can either
Oh.
use it as a hero point, or
Or
you
the
can
card.
discard, or the card. Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. This is just
Okay.
an extra.
So if the card is useless to you, then you can still use the hero point as
As normal.
a hero point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just so we're on the same board, it's 2 hero points right now for
Mhm.
us all. Okay. Whoa.
Well, also keep in mind, if you play the card, you get a reroll. So it's one or the other.
Oh,
Y'all may have noticed my mic is changed again, which means hello, I back. And
Welcome,
I click
Ibak.
I back.
Hello, welcome.
Alright. George, go to 2 hero
Okay.
points. You still at 2. You still at 1.
Oh, I have two. Oh, okay.
I'm awarding
Okay, so-
1 because of all the RP.
And draw 2, right?
Yep.
I draw the same thing twice.
Did you?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
this is going to be really interesting, because
Ooh.
like, I want it to be a bit strange, but this is going to be a lot of fun.
So one thing I do in my own game when I use them is I don't tell the players to tell me what it is until you use it. So it surprises me. So I have no idea what you have.
Mhm.
that's why you deleted them. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it gives me a bit of spontaneous ooh or damn it things. So real quickly, overlook what you got. See what it does. You put my blue filtering glasses back on so I don't get dizzy because of the stupid ass lights that make me sick.
Okay. Interesting.
Still think Olivia's drinking a giant bottle of beer.
it's
it's-
just the love of cola and Fanta.
We
But
just
it's
we don't
made
have those
nice.
kind of like bottles in the U.S., so it just looks like a giant beer bottle to us.
It does though. Oh, okay, wait. I can fill it up, so it doesn't look like I'm drinking. it.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I know it's fine, but
It's
I don't
absolutely
want
fine.
to seem like-
No,
Peculiar.
YouTube will flag it. There's alcohol in there. No.
YouTube, I'm over 21.
I feel like what I got would be great on Gilly.
Oh, don't worry. Gilly has something. I think like this is that I got it 2 times is insane.
That is rather amusing.
Okay.
Um,
You start
but yeah.
walking, or you look down into the cellar, and as mentioned, you can smell the aroma of rotten food, mustiness. You don't hear anything, though.
Um, yeah, and Gilly's probably just going to look over to Orifil and say,
Well, I think Orifio would still be up top.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Gilly is still looking down. Gilly is still looking down to.
Oh, I thought we were just okay.
Yeah, let's see. But Gilly is looking over to Orifil and, hey, I think we should, before we leave here, we should just see if there's anything that might pose a problem, or that will give us some insight about here. Would you like to come with us?
Don't expect any magical healing from me. I'm burnt out.
No, it's all right. We have potions. We have other stuff. And Gilly pats a pocket, and with a torch up, and like Gilly starts going down. Yeah, going down the stairs.
Move
Having
up.
been invited, Orifio will follow.
Now, for here, just reduce the distance by half. Is your actual full movement, since you're moving essentially double because of the size increase.
Mm-hmm.
If you're counting
Okay.
out squares.
Okay, so this would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa.
Exactly. But,
Yeah. I
Okay.
Um,
So, how many squares? 30 feet that I've got. So then,
So as you
One
start
thing
making your
I've
way, sorry, go.
one thing I wanted to say, because I do not say it usually, as a halfling, I have the ancestry feat Keen Eyes, means that I gain a +2 on circumstance bonus when I seek to find hidden or undetected enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a different. I reduce the DC flat check to for something to target concealed enemies. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Gilly is seeking. She's looking and seeing it.
Okay. As you
Alright.
start to make your way down, you see that this room is miserably damp. You see that there are swaths of greasy mold that's caking the walls and the floor. The ceiling is about 15 feet once you do go down to the bottom, and it's just overhung with thick cobwebs everywhere. And, well, from your current position, Gil, you can't really see anything. Just that is the initial observation as you start to make your way down.
Yeah, I would like to go further down the stairs to here.
At that point, you see a open area. So you see what looks like a couple of alcoves that do move further, deeper into this place. Now, who's carrying the torch?
Gilly is carrying the torch.
Okay.
Nothing else in her hands.
All right. You see that amongst the area on the ground are numerous objects. Sacks full of objects that are poking out that are essentially sharp edged, so not something natural. You see what looks like weapons and crates of furs and pelts. And everything, this does seem to be where all of the loot taken by the Stag Lord stored everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gilly's going to go further in, like step by step, and step into the room. And continue with just going in there. See if there's anything of note. Looking around.
Just what I mentioned.
Looking into each room.
You see amongst the southern room, position yourself everyone where you think you want to be as you look around this area. see a large collection of objects strewn about over here, as well as what looks like a couple of bags of coins.
Yeah, I think in this room there's nothing much there.
There is what looks like in that room is just a collection of, we'll see, a bit of furs, twigs, branches, and just objects. Go ahead and give me a crafting roll, Gilly.
Untrained?
Yeah. Can't quite tell. You just see this thing.
The most average crafting roll ever.
This is stuff.
And then
Okay.
you hear what sounds like rumbling stone. Or when you grate like a cinder block across a cinder block, you hear that kind of gravelly noise. And then you hear behind all of you. So, he couldn't do it himself. And has to send someone else to kill him. To kill me. Really now. And you do a quick turn.
No.
And you see behind you, coming out of the stone, is a figure that's balding. It's got a white beard that has flecks of pieces of twigs as well as leaves. And his hand is partially covered in what looks like a bit of bark. And he's just wearing a tunic. He's not wearing a tunic. He's just wearing essentially like a cloth fabric, like a sack that has been cut to allow his head and arms to fit through. No form of armor or even clothing, really.
Like
You
a
see-
hermit?
Kind of. You see this man. I wasn't able, unfortunately, to do the image in time, but you see this man right here.
I think you've just
Standing there.
insulted every hermit in existence.
No,
It's
like
alright.
like the typical hermit.
I get,
But
It's
I
a
get,
homeless
like-
hermit.
I get very, I don't know, Norse vibes from this character. I don't know.
is the size accurate? Or is he really that big?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not. It's accurate to what you are right now. He's the same size as you.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
But it's okay.
So he's not like
Same-
large.
No. I want to
Same
make
size
it
as us?
bigger here. He's the same size as you. Yeah.
But, okay.
Who are you talking about? Gilly cries across the room.
He finally always tried. Could have done it himself, but then no. He would have done it himself.
If
My
you're on about the
s-
bastard with the stag helmet, he's dead.
Yeah, the old drunk is dead.
My son? You killed my son. I couldn't do it myself. I should have did it years ago. I would have thought the Aztec would have did it, but no. He's too stubborn to die. This is my home now! And quickly see him raise his hand, and you see the druidic arts of primal energy flare in his hand. As he goes, His fault! His fault! I should have killed him, not you! And just goes after all of you.
Wow.
Combat tracker. Everyone,
Well,
Oh my.
give me perception rolls, please. For initiative.
lol,
Could
I am
I
not
argue
going to-
for keen eyes here. Like, it was kind of seeking for something undetected and hidden, so...
He was in the stone.
Yeah, okay.
And would
okay.
keen eyes even work for initiative?
Probably. No, for perception generally. So it shows it to me here in initiative, but that might just be Foundry. I'll just roll.
What's the name of the
it's
ability, George?
fine.
I'm gonna write this down and look this up. It's
Keen eyes.
Keen eyes.
Yeah, 1
Keen
second, I'm going
eyes
to
for
post it.
initiative.
I think it's specifically for the seek action.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I wouldn't work for perception. Okay. And we go to... Wow, really?
No.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
He's with that
I mean,
talking.
yes.
Yeah, I should have killed him. I should have killed him, not you. And it's just angry. Vanya, it's on you.
Okay, I take my rapier out. And
One action.
okay, so one thing before we start.
Mhm.
Is his token actually this big? Or should you
Yeah,
because
well, I think
with
so. The
me-
map is correct size right now. He's the same size. He's a human.
Oh, he's for us, or for me at least, he's like, he's 4x4 instead of 2x2.
Oh, okay. That's what you're asking.
He's a big boy. Now he's a...
Is he normal size to you now, or is he human size on this new map, or
Yeah.
is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So on my screen is really small. On my screen, but I'll leave it that way because I don't want to confuse all of you.
Okay. And the next thing is now.
So that's why you're
he's
asking me that. I was wondering why
in-
you're asking me that. Okay.
Okay, now he's like in between.
Yeah, his center
Yes.
is like here.
He's yeah.
Damn it. Damn
Maybe
this
if
map.
you...
Oh no.
Yeah. No,
It's a giant size.
That's why he rolled to 1. He's like, I'm not. I forgot what my size was.
What?
Okay, screw it.
What?
We're just gonna do this then.
Bruh.
This is a big seller. It's a humongous seller.
No, we
It's
just
meant for a giant.
But he's still big.
He's still big.
What the hell is going on?
This is how it looks for like...
I love that.
I can show you an update. Ah, no, he's like... This is how it looks for us now.
There you go.
Okay, we'll go with this for now. Go. We'll use this.
Okay, and
It was just a big ass seller.
Yeah. Okay.
Crap, he's far away.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't want to fight this fuckwit.
So
Yeah.
one action for taking my rapier out, and it's 30 feet walking over here, and
What are you doing? I see you.
What?
I'm getting a thing 6.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a bit hard for me to calm down right now. Okay, I cannot. Oh, okay, no, I can. And I will just do a strike action at him.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So pull a weapon, move forward,
Yep.
and then strike. Go ahead and give me that attack there,
Yes.
Vanya.
Okay.
And that is a critical hit.
Oh,
He's not wearing any armor.
oh boy. Oh no, I feel bad. Oh
Oh,
boy.
made to him already.
Ow.
Um.
Ow.
Mister, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I can't even see what. I can't even see how injured he is because
Yeah.
if I hover over his token, I just get Vanya.
He's a total mystery to us, you know?
Yeah, I also had trouble targeting him. I only was able to target myself. at
Because
first.
your token was a little bit, I had to adjust the settings, so it should be working correctly now.
Okay.
But they did
I
injure him.
can't. I cannot select him.
You You can do it over the tracker. So if you go to him on the initiative tracker and hover over
Okay.
him, you will
Okay,
see
thank
him.
you. That's useful. Thank you.
Gilly, it is on you.
All right, so Gilly is going to 1 second. This is 15, huh? Short leg syndrome. It's really dumb. But Gilly is going to run over here with 2 actions. Here with 2 actions.
Okay.
And Gilly is going to, with her last action, is going to take out a small wooden baton and is going to say to herself, "This worked before. It should work. It hasn't worked before." And equips a thing in one of her hands. She has nothing else out. She also drops the thingy on the ground, the torch.
Fire?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll
Torch
me
on the
a
ground.
d6. On a 1, it goes out.
Oh God.
Woo! All right, hits the ground. It wavers, but it's still fine. Urfiel.
He's within 30 feet of me, so I'm really not keen on taking another life, but if you force our hand, we will. Stand down.
He
That's
shouldn't
gonna be
have killed him.
demoralizing.
I was supposed to kill him. I tried.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. 20 is a failure. Okay. So that was my first action. Fine then. Gilly, do what you have to do.
It was mine. It was mine to kill. It was mine. He should have. Ah! And it's just a bit mad crazy.
And then just gonna, I don't know, walk over to beside Gilly, I think.
Okay.
So that's 3 actions. Demoralize, guidance on Gilly, and then stride.
On his turn, he starts casting a spell. You see he brings his hands up. You see more of that druidic magic rushes in his hand, and then you watch it as a bit of looks like leaves shoot out of his hand from his palm and flies to the ground right next to Gilly. And you see coming from the earth, erupting. Well,
Bastard.
a giant ant, and it immediately attacks Gilly.
Oh God.
It moves forward with its mandibles and tries to, well, bite into you, but it's going to use its. I said mandibles, but with mandibles, and it hits you, Gilly. Go ahead and take in right here 7 damage.
All right.
You are now grabbed by this ant, and then it's going to go ahead and use a second action to go ahead and use its stinger against you. And we'll hit. Gilly, take in 9 damage. And then give me a fortitude save, please.
You have guidance, if it helps.
Yeah, I'll definitely use guidance. I'll put the guidance in.
Actually, wait
guidance.
1 second.
Can you drag it to your token
Huh?
and then like just tick it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
One thing, maybe,
Yeah.
okay, so, Okay, I just remembered. Maybe it's too late. If it's okay, if we can backtrack a little bit before Gilly took damage, I would like to use my hero point.
What is it?
What?
My hero point is.
Click on use
card
in
is-
chat.
Okay, I click use. Okay, I'm not sure if I read it correctly, but
Ooh.
You. Wow.
I just forgot.
All right.
I
So
haven't-
essentially, I'm gonna
I
give
will
Gilly
use it
back
now.
10 health.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow,
Thank you
this
so
is.
much.
Wow.
I just remember. Thank you so much.
Oh.
I just remembered, but this is like.
This is really good.
It was
All
so
right.
strong.
Wow.
All right.
Now, Gilly,
Um,
I need the save.
Before that, one other question.
Yeah.
Do I have my halfling luck for the day? Because I used it the earlier days in order to do the will save again for the sleepy time problems. But this is a new day, so I should still have it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so 20.
20 is gonna be a success. You are good.
Okay.
All right. Third action is going to go ahead and drag you. Count it as difficult terrain. So let's see. We have a speed of 40. Drags you back this way.
Wow.
Really?
This
Oh my
is
God.
really not good. Oh god.
Vanya, it's on you.
Great. Oh boy. Mister, I really do not wish to hurt you. She says, and I would like to try to do stuff of a normal strike. I'm not sure if I can combine that with spell strike, but I would like to do a non-lethal attack.
Non-lethal
But I know
is-
it's different with spells.
Yeah, I think you can't do a spell non-lethally
Oh, yeah.
unless with
I don't know
a with a
spells.
Yeah.
yeah, you need a feat for that.
And I recommend to not go non-lethal right here.
Mm.
With you three. With you
Yeah.
three.
I think I will just. Okay.
You-
Instead. 1 second.
Yeah.
I will instead.
Right in there, he just says, "I'll kill you! I'll kill you! It should have been me to kill my son!" He turns around, just and just spits in your face, all over your face, Vanya, as you're doing your
It's
preparations for
probably
your true
spitting
strike.
unintentionally.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, it's unintentional.
Okay.
He's just screaming.
Old man saliva all over you.
Yummy.
Fun.
Specifically, old man saliva. This is a subclass of saliva.
Old hand saliva.
I spec it to old man saliva.
Okay.
Alright, fine.
I will do a spell strike then. A normal one.
That's a lot of dice.
That's a critical hit. That's about to be 21. That's 42 damage.
You just crit him.
Ow!
Oh,
Is it right?
it's-
Really?
I don't think it's 42. Oh, is it 42? Because like
Oh no, it already counts the
the
critical
9
success,
is
looks like.
already.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But does not look like the spell is though. Or is the spell 1d6 normally?
1 second.
Gouging Claw, no. So Gouging Claw is not counted as critical, as a critical.
Yeah.
So I need to double that.
Yeah.
So it's actually gonna be. So the 12 is going to be 24
Plus-
plus.
Oh, it.
Bleed.
Yeah, Gouging Claw's not
So
doubled.
gouging claw. Does it not get doubled?
It should,
should.
but yeah, it's
It
not right
should,
now.
and then it does the bleed damage as well,
Yeah.
which I see the bleed up there.
2d4, right?
Hmm. Is this heightened?
Yeah, they roll 2d6. I'm not sure. It's weird. By the way, so he takes 24 plus 9, so 33.
Okay.
You just crit him twice.
His AC is a little bit low. But he gets hit. Oh, and he does take that bleed damage, 2d4. See.
Okay.
Okay.
You are trying to kill this man.
I'm.
All right, Gillet, it's on you. You
It's
are
just-
immobilized. The ant
It's
has
just what I'm
you
used to.
by its mandibles. I mean, she's playing in
Oh,
Vegas,
so
and
I'm-
they're damage dealers.
I'm grabbed, right?
Yes.
The
So you can't
condition
move.
grabbed. All right. I cannot move. This is all right because Gilly had plans, and as single-minded as Gilly is going to with the thing she took out earlier. Some people might see it now. It is the wand of magic missile, and Gilly was
Ooh.
mumbling to herself
Ooh.
about this. I saw how it worked. I want to do.
Can Gilly use it?
It
Yeah,
is.
can you use the one dimension missiles, Gilly? Okay,
Let
all right,
me
go.
let me explain.
Go,
All right.
go.
So there are some hurdles in the way, though, and I will probably need to use 2 hero points if that is all right, because
Oh.
I am grabbed, which means if I want to attempt action with manipulate, I must succeed at a DC 5 flat check, or it is lost.
Yeah.
I want to do the 3 action magic missile.
Okay.
And Gilly is just going to hope that it works, do the motions she has seen others do for using stuff like that, and targeting that like insane old man. Gilly is going to use one of the cards. I hope this works. It's called. Once during your turn, you can activate an item to cast a spell, even if you can't normally cast spells or don't have that spell on your spell list. After casting this spell, your turn ends. I did a bit of hand-waving stuff about putting it in Gilly's pocket, that she has it on her person and so on, but I think
Yeah.
it's a fun moment. So, Gilly has that out now. Before doing the 3 action magic missile on the champion, I want to do the DC 5 flat check, and I want to be able to use a hero point if I don't get it. Is that alright, Paul?
Well, you had the wand from last round, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have to do the DC 5 flat check in order to do it while grabbed.
No.
Yeah.
Use the
'Cause
one.
the-
Is using the one to manipulate action?
Does it not have the manipulate action?
It has a manipulate action on magic missile. It's somatic and verbal. Oh, somatic is a manipulate, right?
No, the components for it are in the wand, right?
Yeah.
Am I
So you
am I
get the
correct
wand.
in
You
this?
could just blast it out, being held.
It does use magic item or whatever. the
Oh,
equivalent.
okay. And
Does that
like,
have the manipulate trait?
It's I will have a look. 1 second. I'll click on the wand of magic missile. It just has the activate is with cast a spell. There's no manipulate on there. But I
So,
will have
yeah.
a quick look.
Well, yeah, semantic and material are definitely manipulate actions, but as well as focus. But it's already built into the wand, so you just throw the wand out and you're good.
Okay, so
So
it's
What's that?
it's not as involved probably. All right, so I'm going to use the wand. Gilly
Okay.
lacks the proficiency. I know I lack the proficiency, but I want. Okay, it's not letting me do it currently.
Roll me
1 second,
3d4
yeah.
plus 3.
Paul, can you
Uh,
not like force it through?
I will roll because it will hit anyway, right? So
Yeah.
this what I'm going to roll now plus 3.
So 11 damage.
damage.
So you watch as all of you watch as somehow Gilly pulls the wand out and launches off 3 missiles from the wand, which you've never seen before, and they rear out and just strike into this man. Taken 11 damage. He goes, poof, Okay. If their turn ends, we're gonna reveal. That's a fun card. All right.
Have another one.
So when did you take the Wand of Magic Missiles? Where did that come from?
Yeah, this was
that the party
hand-wavy
donkey?
part.
That was
yeah.
in the party donkey, wasn't it? Yeah.
One.
Yeah, I took it because
Yeah.
when I got the hero point because I thought it would be
But
fun, right?
honestly,
Come on.
at the start of the game, it was in my inventory, and then I had the epiphany. I felt it in my bones, so I put it in the party donkey.
Okay.
What? No one talked me into this.
This is so
I'll
wild.
let it go because it's wild. I'll let it go.
Well,
This is so wild. This is like some preemptive purchase bullshit. Like, what?
It's a hero point. Come on.
Okay.
I should make a hero point to even
Um,
have that thing, the wand, that you would normally never carry.
Of course, I will use the other hero point for that. I'm totally fine with that.
Okay, we'll do that. That'll make me more believable.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
2
oh,
hero
I want to
points
put
for
this on the
11
card.
damage.
It's in your pocket, like your back pocket. You forgot about it.
Okay. All of that aside, Gilly, do you need any help?
It didn't strike as badly. I don't know. Do him.
I glance at Vanya, see what her judgment is, what she makes of the situation.
wait, can you ask again? I'm sorry.
Like, Raphael's wondering whether to help Gilly or like just go to the old man at this
Oh.
point.
You see his face. He's like, yes, yes, yes. End me, so I can join Gazra. Yes.
Okay. Raphael just tired of, like, done with this shit. Pulls out quarterstaff. So that's draw one hand. Stride. And just gonna swing.
Do your worst.
Okay.
He's
He
flat-footed.
is flanked.
He
Is
is
there a thing
flanked.
I need to?
No, it's automatic in the system.
Is that automatic?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. No, because I remember I looked at like Foundry ages back, and back then there was a thing that you needed to tick
Yeah.
in the character sheet.
Not anymore.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Wow.
You swing, he just
I'm- yeah,
blocks out of the way.
Nah. Not having it.
That'll be a hit.
For 2
He
damage.
gets hit in the face. You see the nose break. Blood's going down. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh my.
Vanya, I'm getting tired of this. Just finish him.
Oh.
Is that my turn, Raphael?
Yeah, that was 3 actions. Draw weapon, stride, attack.
Yes. I'll join you soon. And he does hydraulic push against you.
What about the Wow, wait, what about the persistent damage? With the
This fucker.
music?
End of his turn. It happens.
Oh, okay.
This fucker.
All right,
Whoa.
Raphael.
Wow.
You're
What?
taking
What?
28 damage, which does put you down.
That's gonna put me down, yeah. Wow.
21?
And the critical hit.
28.
What the?
Okay.
Just tell me what the crit does before I put
It
the
does
damage
nothing.
rate.
It won't affect anything with you. So it strikes you and throws you back 10 feet. You watch this huge torrent of water just smashes into Raphael, knocking them off their feet, hits the ground, and immediately unconscious. Raphael, you're at dying 2.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Now, He'll take the damage.
8.
And we'll kill him.
They
Yes!
figure enough!
Gazra! Gazra! And he falls to his knees. Ah! I should have killed that bastard of a son! And falls to the ground.
I think that the ant is gonna discorporate then. Yeah, no, because he needs to
Concentrate.
sustain.
And
So
poof.
yeah.
Gilly, you fall to the ground. We're staying in initiative order because we need to save Raphael.
Really.
Yeah.
Just in case they can't do anything. Vanya.
Wow.
Poor
This is so
Raphael! No!
This is so dumb. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like this guy, he was even crazier than Harem. Okay, Vanya just screams and is like, Raphael has been through enough. So I just can't scream. I'm just saying, yeah. And she runs over to them and takes a potion out that she, I think.
Do you have a potion?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have an
Down
elixir
in
of
the gallery.
life. It's minor.
Should have an elixir of life still.
Okay.
I remember.
And I will just post it in chat, and I will use it.
Click use. And Raphael, taking that much HP.
My god. It's so dumb.
Someone click use.
41. It was 41.
No, 28.
Taking 5 health, Raphael.
41 is almost the whole of my HP.
No, not the damage. It was the if
Oh,
it hits or
okay.
not. And
Oh,
just
to hit.
having a
Oh,
plus
he has a
20
plus 21 to hit with.
Yeah.
Wow.
With
That's
spell
crazy.
attacks. What?
Wasn't it? It was just
those would be like 2 stages of success up. Like if you go by 10 or
Alright, so I'm not gonna have the dying condition anymore, right?
if you're
Having healed 5.
probably not, right?
Yeah, your dying is 0, but you're wounded 1.
Okay, remove dying. Wounded 1. I feel just coming back into consciousness. Just...
And ridiculous.
Just like getting back up.
And it was water.
Yes, but it was just the pure force that knocked me back. Unless he was aiming it at Raphael's mouth.
I mean,
Bro.
with fast velocity, water can still cut. So
Water was
That
the
would be
medium.
like taking like a punch like of this size at like a stupid velocity. Yeah, no, Raphael just clutching at their chest and like just pushes himself back up, gathers their surroundings, still kind of coughing, and scoops Loras back up as well, cradling him still. Kind of shaky now.
What was that? What's...
I don't
Oh,
know,
God.
and at this point, I hardly even care.
Drink another potion.
yeah,
Yeah. I think we're going to heal, right?
Whoa.
Unbelievable. Did you force feed me another elixir?
Yes.
still feel it, I'm afraid.
Shall I have taken a potion instead? A healing potion? Is that your preference?
Just get what we need to and get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm beyond done with this place.
Yeah, and I think helping Orifil up and get out of here, like maybe try to convince Orifil, take another potion. You look terrible. You look really bad.
Which one do you want me to take?
Start with the small ones. It's always good to start with the small ones.
All right.
With a minor and so on. Just like, I think like logistically it doesn't make sense for us to like, oh no, we'll wait for a refill to be like super bruised, bloody and so on. They're just walking around because we want to conserve potions. Hell no. Going to, and if a refill is willing to do that, so I think Gillian's going to insist on it.
Sure.
Oh no!
Nice heal.
And
Brilliant.
right, let's take our time and heal you up. And but first, take this. And Gillian gets out the minor healing potion. Take this, drink it down. Okay, right.
I'm almost getting used to their taste.
They do have a certain bouquet, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
Above ground, Gilly's going to spend 10 minutes to recover a focus point. Pray to Kate and Kalian. Just tell him the story. Take her cup, fill it with a bit of any sort of spirit that is around, and tell the story.
Bless the wine.
Yeah, bless this terrible wine.
Holy wine.
Drink it and then lay on hands on Orifio. And just take healing 12 more.
It's gonna unload all the healing on me.
Yeah. Whether you want it or not.
Gilly, I think I'll be fine. Just see if we can salvage anything. I'll be fine.
Okay. I'll take the stuff
Just
up and
let me catch my breath.
yeah, I'll have another look and we can get on out of here. And we still have the cart, right? So Gilly is going to take off her armor, start loading that stuff up. What does Bonnie want to do? Help?
Take everything off of the loot here.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Wow. You're rich.
The old man also has some loot. I'm not doing it.
Oh.
I think Gilly is going to take the symbol of Gosra.
Please don't take his rags.
Yeah, I'm not going to take his rags.
They're worth 0.
I just take the rags. I do not take the filthy. Like
Pretty sure they're
cartoon.
all filthy.
I mean, just taking the clothes off, it's like playing Elder Scrolls. It's just no.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay.
Don't want to see that.
Oh
Yeah. Let's get out of this moldy cave where
Yeah.
What?
Oh my
What
god.
the hell? Like, what the hell was that? Like, he put his father in there, like into the wall, and his father was like, "I have to kill him. I have to." What's going on, man?
Um, uh, man, I thought my family was complicated, but
If you really want to know, he had his own bedroom. Maybe he had something there. I'm just gonna go back to my horse.
yeah,
Yeah, and like,
Good luck.
Gillian and Vanya are going to have a quick look around.
yeah.
Orifil just points in the direction of where um, his chambers were,
Here,
and just, yeah.
like, have a quicker look around. So anything that what's there to have to see and
Yeah, same.
So after looking around the rest of the fort, everyone is gone. So just you four, Rabbit being included here. And as you are maybe at the top and you kind of now think about everything, the threat of the Stag Lord is fully, completely finished now in this region. And you suspect that the Stag Lord, being the prime bandit leader in this region, most of the bandits followed the Stag Lord. With him deposed, with him gone, pretty much all banditry in this region should just kind of dissipate now. You will see amongst the ruins a collection of items that are about a makeshift armory, as it were. You will find right here is the rest of the items within the encampment, within the fort.
I I think it's a good idea to take all of these weapons and put them somewhere where they're used for something good instead of just banditry.
And I did lie.
Let's load them. Oh, there's more.
The chest in the Stag Lord's room.
Yeah, which one thing that would be worthy of note was when Urfiel laid some of the, I suppose that bedroll there, like over the entrance here, and had set it aflame, and the flame was trampled over. Just maybe a bit of it spread to the walls and the like. Something that slowed the Stag Lord down a bit. Maybe like ashy footprints. From
So
when he
like Vanya and Gilly going through that are seeing like the disturbance of what was before.
I
And
think you'd probably be able to tell that Stag Lord came from.
And like going into the Stag Lord's room, we'll probably also see like the cage that was there before, where Lorust was in, and like a bloody dagger or whatever he used.
Yep.
Okay. And Gilly's going to make an arc around that, just going as far from it as possible. Somehow believing it may be jinxed, unlucky, bad, not. Just wants to keep her distance, but like we'll also go into the Stag Lord's room and have a look around, just to see what's there.
Really starting to get the hunch there if feels a witch or something, believing that something is jinxed.
Oh no, I think it's a more of a halfling thing, and with that like a folk thing of like halfling luck and just avoid things that are unlucky. It's like, but yeah. Yeah. It does.
think I
It
just-
does. Yeah. What did you
No,
want to say?
sorry. You go. I think I can.
It seems a bit mercenary, just like taking everything, but like, this is a sort of justice that we do?
By
I just
some
realized.
definition, we are mercenaries right now.
Yeah.
That's true. I just realized something. You already pointed that out. But right
What?
now, okay, so Andrew, you pointed out that in the second session, Vanya basically knew, looking at the river.
Yeah, you made a
That
roll.
they're a
and
witch.
I
Yeah.
remember you got like a really high. It might have been a critical even, and
Yeah.
Polish. Yeah, you know.
Vanya knows they are a witch. Why did I make her? I think she forgot at this point for a second. And I think the moment she walks over this bridge, she's like, wait a second. Familiars. This is not
But you know how
the
witch works.
If she knows. Paul, do you think Vanya knows that a familiar could potentially come back?
Most familiars don't, but like I said, you got a high roll bet.
Give me
With the-
a. Let me see real quickly.
It- like, does a critical success on Oriphiel being a witch entail, like, on knowing that Oriphiel being a witch entail that the intricacies of witches' familiars is kind of, yeah. Because like Vanya did like critically succeed on that check back, like
That was a
12
critical.
set.
Okay.
Was it? I don't know.
I thought you were confirming it.
Well, I myself don't know anymore if I had to crit. So I would rather assume it was just a success instead of assuming the best that happened. So let's.
And
rather go
actually,
with
I just
success.
did a recall knowledge check for you, Vanya.
Oh,
And
okay.
since you do realize that Oriphiel is a witch,
Okay.
Question is, which skill would you have used for recall knowledge?
Arcana, society,
Nature, occultism,
lore witches.
arcane.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Vanya walks over to Gilly, and just says, "What a shame that this happened, but I wonder when the rust will return."
What are you talking about?
Oh,
The rust is dead. And
What?
Oriphiel is carrying Lorust like some. Come on, Vanya.
well, as unnatural that might sound, I just had a realization. Oriphiel is a witch. And, no, since Larast is their familiar, as unnatural that is, it's just not the familiar part, but the death part. It's just temporary.
Will Lorust come back? Are you saying that Lorust will just come back?
I believe they might.
I think that's something Oriphiel might want to know. Why do you think you know that? It's a cat.
Wait,
Oriphiel said it's a cat. Cats don't come back. They die. And they stay dead. And sometimes
okay,
you make
first of all,
instrument strings out of their
cats
guts.
have 7 lives.
Gilly, for an extra
Okay,
roll.
fair.
Second, well, of course, death or temporary death always frightens us. I think they're just in shock, and that was what I was trying to tell them when we were at the campfire. They I mean, I thought they talked into me because they just knew what I was about to say, but they seem really out of it.
Okay.
Okay, so on a positive
Okay.
note, what else is in here?
Yeah, there's a lot of gold and stuff, and this pewter belt, and it looks like, oh my, two succubi, like demon ladies embracing each other. Look, and Gilly holds the pewter belt depicting a pair of entwined succubi. Oh God. I think he doesn't have good taste, this Stag Lord.
It does seem really naughty.
Oh, you think? And Gilly, it's always hard for Gilly because she wants to like jostle them on the shoulder or something, but you're like that. Yeah, probably. Let's go. And then Gilly remembers like, oh, okay. Um, yeah, well, and you can see that Gilly is a bit sad again and goes back, but like interesting with the familiar. I don't understand how magic really works, but like you do the movements and you get the stuff. It's interesting.
I know not everyone thinks that, but Gilly, magic is something that, at least the way I do it, it's something that almost everyone could learn if they put their mind to it.
Really? It was not just luck?
No, I
Okay.
learned it from my friend.
Okay. Could I taught maybe sometime?
You could. I'm just not a good teacher, but maybe someone
Okay.
can teach you.
Oh, I'd really like that. Okay. Let's maybe ask around at Oleg's. Maybe someone knows something. Okay.
Billy's just gonna take a spellcasting archetype later.
Who knows? Who knows?
What? No.
Does that chance? A spontaneous activation of a wand.
There is
And
something
always-
there.
And always, I love how Gilly just always, whenever someone does magic, she's like, "What are you doing there? How does it work? Can I watch?"
She's curious about that because she has no idea. Just
I have no idea what spellcasting archetype though.
I'm looking forward to the surprise in not with the next level up. I can spoil that much. It will take a while.
It's with hard next level.
Yeah. I should have taken something on level 2, which is impossible. Yeah. So we load up the cart, have a look on the second floor, just look around and like lock the doors. No, it feels like going on a vacation somehow after like, is everything fine here? I don't know. It feels a bit weird going through the fort.
It's quiet.
Um,
There is no sound.
This place is really eerie to me. I would really like us to go soon.
Okay.
Let's check with the others.
Yeah. And Rabbit was probably helping us put everything in and...
either that or like patching up Nova completely.
Yeah, Nova will probably be full health now.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you for 20 points of healing.
Amazing.
um, Urafil would just be by the horses, kind of pacing a little, just holding Larast still with both hands. Upon hearing you guys come out, maybe just like glance toward you. All done?
Yep. And Gilly is looking up to Vanya and just like going to her like upper thigh, like with her elbow, like, come on.
Oh. What was that for?
Okay, no. Looks a bit like grumpily at Vanya and then starts loading up Bramble. So where do we go next? Do we deliver the bastard's corpse?
Seems like the best idea.
Deliver.
Or if you're already having the bastard's corpse loaded on their horse.
Just for completion's sake, I think we would have like burnt corpses in the fort. Just like, I think it's a common sense measure around undead that probably everyone in this world would do. So
especially if there was undead in the graveyard right next to the
yeah,
fort.
like
vision is weird for me right now.
How so?
okay.
What do you see?
Map is black.
Anyone else?
Like, apart from I can only see Restov right now.
Do me a favor, hit a 5 with keyboard,
interesting.
Andrew.
Okay.
But it's good for everyone else.
It looks
Yeah.
fine. There's like, I think there are some small little errors currently, but like with the size of Staglord's daddy, but I don't know.
Loading. Yep, I'll find them.
If you have issues, hit a 5. Always refresh. Typically,
Okay.
fixes things.
Cool. Okay. Well, we know where we need to go.
Does it look good?
I think
Andrew?
it looks fine to me right now.
Okay. So we ride out.
Andrew, just so you know, Vanya won't try to talk to Raphael about what she knows because she assumes that they already know. Just so we're on the same page. Just want you to know that.
Just it's a roleplay.
And-
That's what I've been doing.
Like before leaving, maybe like make a small sign on the door, say the Stag Lord is dead, go elsewhere if you want to rob people, like some sort of message, just so no one comes in here and like just like the Stag Lord is dead. Maybe have some of the burnt skulls on spikes. I don't know.
That's a bit
Might be a
gruesome.
bit grotesque, yeah. But
A bit gruesome, especially for Gilly, I think.
I think Gilly might be a bit Gilly is not above that sort of
Okay.
like. So it's not something that Gilly would be like, oh no, why would we do that? Gilly's like, no, they are already dead, and their death is supposed to be a symbol for changing time here. And if we can convince someone else to lay down their weapons, I think it's a good thing, even if it's done in a not so nice manner. but like probably not, but like some sort of message on the fort that this has ended, and so will you if this is going very gruesome, but I'm probably channeling Gilly a bit and her current um, state of mind that the vibe she's getting from the current situation. Yeah. All right. Should we just follow the river to the bridge?
I think because we still want areas to actually explore, we'll probably go back to the actual hex crawl now.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to go immediately to Oleg's.
No, we're not heading for Oleg's currently.
Yeah, Gilly is thinking we want to go there. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to dump? Okay, yeah. That's,
Okay.
Faster.
Right.
So, first off, how far can we get within the day?
You can move one hex, and then you have to camp for the night.
Are we following the river?
Like, yeah, going here. I think it would be the most like if unless there's a path that is really nice for moving, but
So,
It
Probably.
makes sense if we just use the path that we chosen before, since we already know that one.
as you watch the rivers from the Tusk Water that do flow to the side and through into this region, the waters are very, very deep and rather fast. Want to try to find a bit of a ford, you have to do a bit of exploration. We do know there's a bridge in here that we'll get across, but there could be a potential. You could try to cross without any type of ford, but you have to essentially be swimming with the horses, or explore. If you haven't explored these hexes yet, there could be a fords in them, possibly. Well, not that one, but the one on the right could have an actual natural ford to cross easier.
Well, I'd say the next hex is better off to be explored, considering the one that we're on right now, we'd have to do that again to get to the other side of the bridge.
also, like, am I understanding correctly? You mean we could like explore this hex first, as we are in there?
No,
anyway?
the hex on the count explored already because it was a Stag Lord's fort. So that one's going to be explored. But the ones above it, to the left and to the right, those need to be explored.
Let's go up and to the right then. If we're exploring to see if there's another point of crossing, then
Yep.
then best to explore that.
Let's go there.
Okay. It takes you.
I'm
the
mostly
horses-
speaking above table, by the way.
It takes you most of the day. It is already 3 o'clock, and you do get to around 7, just getting there, going through the terrain, through the hills and whatnot. Bit of a slow process, but eventually you get to where it's starting to get into the nighttime. Now, the camping, are we wanting to just immediately go into, I don't know how, if Riff would be wanting to cook food at the moment right now. Just eat rations.
Raphael will not be taking any camping actions. I'll say that right now.
I think like the mood is so depressed at the moment that like any sort of campaign actions is just going to be someone like eating hardtack of the rations. So you can maybe hear like the crunch of it, and like someone doing like the usual things you have to do, but like probably most of the sounds are just silence and everything around us.
I would say it's probably a stark contrast. Lindsay's not here. You don't hear her
Yeah.
her sing and her joyous nature.
Mm-hmm.
And like just thinking where she is going, just like a train of prisoners going north. It's also not so nice thinking about that.
Okay.
Okay.
But we still need to find a campsite though. So I do need someone to do the prepare campsite activity. And since
But it was survival.
typically rabbit.
Yeah.
I can do survival. I have +6. I'm probably not the best, but like.
Yeah, Rabbit
Wait
is,
a
we'll
second.
say, kind of preoccupied right now.
Mhm. Yeah, alright. I'll roll a survival check just to get a lay of the land.
Wow! Wow!
Ooh.
Amazing!
Oh.
I think Gilly is going to reroll that with her halfling luck because she cannot abide like sleeping in a bad
Yeah.
place.
Wait, how
And
many uses of
she-
having that?
One. I have not used it so far.
Did you not
Once
use
per
it
day?
down at the
No, on the fortitude save, I did not. It worked.
No.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
first
he
time.
rolled good
I asked.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am sacrificing the reroll on the check later tonight. So let's see.
Okay.
It's bad day.
You try to look for a camp, and you do. Not as good as Rabbit's probably a little bit preoccupied right now, but eventually you find a suitable spot. And you tell me, Gilly, what kind of spot do you find for the camp for tonight? In this kind of next to river and hill terrain.
Maybe it might be like a sort of slight depression in the terrain, where maybe years ago the river might have flown through, and it now has taken a wildly different path. But there's a bit of a break from the wind, and like a softer bedding, some rocks around, and like on the one side it's like this, going like this, and yeah, because it's like hidden from view from the west and from the wind from the west. So he thinks this is probably as good as we'll get today. And looking at Vanya, like, you want to share the watch today? I don't think I'll have that much sleep, but I probably should. And you can see like deep
Yeah.
rings under Gilly's eyes.
So just us two doing what? Like once you
prob-
and me?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You know what? It's fine. I can do a bit more than you. Just I'm really tired and but sometimes I'm used being a bit fatigued.
No, it will be all right. Don't worry. We'll share the load equally.
I will not let you do that. Trust me.
Like, you see a hard look on Gilly's face at first, and like, okay, if you don't mind, I'll lie down first.
Yes.
Like, Gilly's not going to even ask a refill and involve a refill in any of that. Just keeping a respectful distance to all of that.
We're going through with the rest.
Yeah, should we hand wave it?
Which part?
I assume we're not taking any camping.
No,
I've
I'm gonna
stayed
assume
it
not.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you have rations in the
Peripheral-
party donkey. Just
Yeah.
reduce it by 3 or 4. Right.
Bro, I have some in my inventory as well.
Okay.
Like, so I'll just use that for myself. Anyway,
Same.
a refuel through the night. The entire time, just sits in front of their tent, cross-legged, just Lorast on their lap, just stroking him the entire night. If Urifil falls asleep at all, it is not comfortable. Paul, give me that fatigue condition.
I will. You will eventually fall asleep. But before we get to that, I want to know is who does the watch order? Make it easy. Rabbit's going first.
Okay. After that, it would be Vanya. And then lastly, it would be Gilly.
Okay.
And Vanya thought since Gilly is really exhausted, she would also do a bit more than Gilly. She would wake Gilly up later, just so she can
Okay.
get some extra sleep. And I'm willing to be fatigued for that.
All of you watch.
In the end, we'll all be fatigued.
We're
yeah,
all gonna be
but it's just
all of you.
it's
Amazing.
just my character would do that.
All of you
the
watch.
role play.
Yep.
All of you watch as Rabbit takes the first watch. All of you get down to the bedding to watch. Not really watch, but to go to sleep. And you do realize that Gilly goes to sleep very, very quickly. Vanya, you take your nap very quickly before you do your second watch. But you all kind of see and leave the space for Arifil and watches Arifil as they don't go to sleep. Just kind of sits there stroking the body of Larast and just kind of stays up and knowing that they're probably going to with what Arifil's going through right now. Eventually, the rest of you, besides Arifil, do drift off to sleep, and you're woken after a kind of small nap. Vanya, you do your watch through the night, and nothing really does come up. You step a little bit longer, but it's nothing that is too demanding right now. Since it's only the first time you've kind of really done this as you've been traveling. So eventually your watch is done, and you go to wake up Gilly. Now, Gilly, give me that will saving throw. As again, images of you crossing a bridge and something trying to pull you down into the water. During the night, Gilly, you suffer the same effects that fear, that nightmare of being drowned. And Vanya, you over here, you kind of look over, you watch as Gilly's going through this nightmare that you know now, it's been going through for some time now. You watch as Arifil, still awake, still there, almost like they haven't moved at all, just a statue form. The slight move of the hand, kind of just in deep contemplation, just stroking the body of Larast. But you do start to see the occasional kind of almost nodding off, like they're trying to stay up, but is slowly falling to under the effects of it. Gilly, you get woken up as you are pulled underwater as seaweed grabs you and forces into your mouth. You get woken up by Vanya, covered in sweat, restless, body aching.
Lily's probably going to like push any hand away and like stand up. You can see her looking around and gasping for air, and then like almost like retching. They're coming back. Oh. Is it my turn? Okay. I can see her stumbling away, like picking up her shield and sword. Let's go to sleep. And like a bit like off scene, then you can see her going like, "What is going on? Why is it still going on?"
You go to do your watch, Gilly. You take a caring look at Raphael, still sitting there, stroking the body of Laras, but is starting to now succumb a little bit more to the possible fatigue. See Laras see Raphael trying to stay awake, and for the most part, you just kind of see and just let Raphael have their separation right now. And you do your watch. And it does move further and further into the night, the morning. And when it is very, very deep into the night, where it's just the stars in the sky, a slight breeze that goes across the landscape, you don't hear any animals, you don't see any animals. There is an overarching little bit sound of just small thunderstorms in the distance. And for the most part, you're fine. You look over and you do see that eventually Raphael did kind of fall over onto their side, holding both hands the body of Larast. And it is to you, Raphael, your dreams this night. You recall fond dreams, bad dreams, terrible dreams, but nothing quite like this, but familiar. You get the imagery, the dreams of you spending time with other individuals, with other people moving about their life, times where you were happy, but your emotion, your memory is kind of drawn. Not really memory, but your life is drawn to a scene where you're in a landscape that is familiar, but not. There are mountains, but not of stone, but of steel. And as you're around, you see things play out through your memory where you are with a group of travelers, you are with them to a time where you see Laras walking around. You see that as you are going about, you are mixed with a multitude of emotion. One of where you're clinging to someone that was very, very dear to you that did pass away. And then times where you are around and looking at Larast, as Larast always has that familiar kind of look, that stare back at you. But in your dream, something happens that hasn't really happened before. You can almost taste, you almost can feel and hear the ground, not speaking, but feeling, as blood from the mountain of steel saturates the landscape into the ground, into nature, almost like you're a speck in that. And then you can see at the edge something, a figure, but maybe not, silhouetted, you can't quite tell. You can't see the face or really the form, but you watch as it does hand you, slowly, enormously, like a hand outstretched from the heavens, a root, a vine, as it were. And you pick it up and look at it, and it's not made of, well, wood or a natural material, but something of what looks like something artificial, like a dwarven craftsman would make, but is pliable, is movable, and from it not a liquid of water, but of a black metallic-like liquid that you recall you've had an experience before in your life. And you, once again, saturate yourself with this metallic tang, oily, greasy, but does keep you into a sustained type of life. And you see the form of Larast and that figure that does hold the form of Larast brings it to their face, where you can't see any features, but you can tell the formation of the face, and you see by the movements almost like this figure speaking. It then brings Larast back down to you. And then everything just goes quiet and nothing occurs until the morning, where you, Raphael, wake up. Try to stay up the entire night, but you're not able to. Very, very quickly you come to, and you realize you were holding constantly the body of Larast. But when you do come to now, nothing's there except for a couple of what looks like leaves. What do you do?
Raphael pushes themselves back up and just looks around kind of frantically. There is a swirl of emotion. There is a words are escaping me right now. Raphael is looking for Larast.
As
There is no fear for Raphael, but I wouldn't say positive emotion, technically. I don't know.
as you look around, frantic, panic-induced state of your mind right now, as you look around, before any word comes out, you feel a prick on your hand. Familiar, you look down and you watch on hind legs is Larast. That you can tell. And you see as Larast, the familiar biting of that location on your body, but when Larast does pull away, it's not the typical red blood, but a black oily substance this time that drops onto your hand and flows into your body. And you can see almost very quickly as the veins in your arm show the colorization of the black before it just fades away. And uncompelled, or at least not to you, you kind of just sit down and you watch as Larast kind of moves forward and just kind of sits on the hind in front of you, and you can see Larast. And the rest is identical, except for something that gives you a slight pause, a slight hesitation, because the way Larast moves now kind of sways and then stands up and kind of walks to the side of you is slightly different. Like Larast is looking through you and looking at you with a slight different head twist. The way they kind of holds themselves is a little bit different, but identical in the way they look. But the way Larast walks now is a little more, not hesitation, but of a slight aggressiveness. And then one last time looks at you, and instead of doing a purr that you're used to from Larast, does a slight and just walks out of vicinity of you.
A little temperamental today, buddy. Gave me a fright.
All of
I
you
feel
watch.
Gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
get up and this is morning, right?
Yes.
Gonna get up, bags under their eyes, a placid smile, just start daily preparations. Just the usual rituals and the like.
All of you get up with a new mood, and Gilly, you were last watch. You watched this happen.
I'm probably looking at that like wide-eyed. Huh? What the hell?
You watch as Larast looks at you, and then quickly plods away, and you watch Larast quickly jumps into a tree and climbs higher in the trees.
Oh. So, oh God, I didn't dream it then. Okay. And like, is Orifiel doing everything like, oh, it's fine, it's normal.
Like
nothing
everything's normal. Like nothing happened.
Orifiel, like, you can hear maybe the scabbard of the long sword beating on the ground or against something, like running over there. Orifiel, Larast is back. I saw something in the night. it. I thought I just took a quick nap on watch. Don't tell anyone. But I saw like leaves engulfing Lorast, and then Lorast was gone.
You look a bit tired, Gilly. Maybe stayed up too long. I'll
You look tired
I'll see
too,
if I
you
can
know.
make any remedies for you.
Okay.
Urufil's just
yeah.
gonna start gathering herbs like everything's normal.
And Gilly's going to look up at Lorast. It's like, do like the come here, kitty thing. Or come here. Thinking about the like small rapport Gilly built with Lorast, like, and looks up at Lorast, like, okay, interesting.
You watch as Nova, hunting food, starts walking next to a tree where Larost was, and is carrying a small rabbit. And you watch as Larost falls from the tree on the ground next to Nova, and Nova quickly stops, looks at Larost, and they just stare at each other for what seems uncomfortably long. Then you watch as Nova just drops the rabbit and just walks towards Rabbit. And that is where we'll end today's game.
Beautiful end. Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm really in awe. This was really great. Holy shit.
It was really fun.
That was really good. Paul, the way you just explained everything, like, wow. I
I felt good today.
I
I did
would
last
be
week.
standing. Yeah, no, really. It was like, if I would be standing, I would be standing on my toes right now. Like, wow, really good.
Rest for the night, boy.
Oh,
Yeah.